For a while now, electric vehicles have been on a trend, and I'm sure you have been asking this question: which electric vehicle will be better for me? That's why in this video, I take the time to detail the different types of electric vehicles that exist, their components, what they consist, their features, their advantages, as well as their disadvantages. So if you're interested in this content, kindly stay tuned to the end of this video, because by the end of this video, you'll be well informed about electric vehicles. If you're new to this channel, we talk about the automobile sector, cars, and electric vehicles as a whole. So kindly give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell not to miss any content of this channel called AutoUp. So 4 types of electric vehicles actually exist. We have the battery electric vehicle, the hybrid electric vehicle, the plug-in electric vehicle, as well as the fuel cell electric vehicle. So let's start with the battery electric vehicle. The battery electric vehicle is actually the only electric vehicle that depends solely on electricity. What does this mean? It means instead of using gasoline, electricity, like in some other electric vehicles, these electric vehicles solely uses electricity. Electricity can be gotten from a power outlet, which is either a level 1, a level 2, or a level 3. A level 1 charger can be a charger like the normal home outlet, where we plug normally at phones. The level 2 can be same, but the level 3 is also known as the fast charger. In this case, are the ones mostly used in stations. So this electric vehicle actually solely depends on electricity, and this electric car has 3 common compartments, which is the motor, the inverter, and the battery. This inverter actually functions to convert the direct current from these fast chargers into alternating current, which is supported by the vehicle. The battery, which normally is used to store the energy gotten from these chargers, while the motor helps propel the wheels. As advantages of these battery electric vehicles, we have no noise to the environment, so no noise pollution, no gas emission, no greenhouse gas emitted. Examples of these battery electric vehicles that solely uses electricity: the Renault Zoe, the Nissan Leaf, and the Tesla Model 3. So about the battery electric vehicles, what you could keep in mind about is that it solely uses just electricity. Some disadvantages also may exist for this type of electric vehicle is that electricity might not be common in all areas. Also, charging points might not be very efficient, and they might be so slow compared to how fast we want it to be. So the next type of electric vehicle is the hybrid electric vehicle, also known as the series hybrid or the parallel hybrid. The first thing you need to know about the hybrid electric vehicle is that it both runs on electricity as well as gasoline. So both has an engine and a motor. So the engine gets energy from fuel, while the motor receives energy from the batteries. This type of electric vehicle, it cannot be plugged in. It charges its battery through regenerative braking, which stores kinetic energy. So you might be asking yourself, what is regenerative braking? Let me take a scenario to better explain what regenerative braking is. Taking for example, you are descending a steep slope and you are now pressing your brakes. You are now pressing your brakes gear. The energy produced, the heat energy produced from this brake is transformed back into energy which charges the battery. So this is what we actually call regenerative braking. This energy produced due to friction from the brakes is transformed into kinetic energy, which is transformed into energy that is regained by the battery in order to propel the car further. That is what they call regenerative braking, and in this case, in hybrid electric vehicle, it is used to charge the battery. There are types of hybrid batteries, which are the parallel hybrid and the series battery. And you may be asking yourself, what are the components that this hybrid electric vehicle has? The first component is the IC engine, the electric motor, the battery pack with the controller, and the inverter, as well as the fuel tank. So as earlier mentioned, it both has a fuel tank and a battery pack because it is hybrid. So a hybrid means just a dual way of doing things. It does either with the motor or the engine. So how does this hybrid electric motor works? In 2 words, let me explain this. So the fuel tank supplies the energy to the engine like a regular car, and the batteries run on an electric motor. Both the engine and the motor can turn the transmission simultaneously, meaning once the battery and the motor are well fueled up in case of the engine and well charged in case of the motor, they actually turned these wheels simultaneously. So this means that one of the advantages with that, there will be less fuel usage. Some features of this hybrid electric motor include it is environmentally friendly, it has regenerative braking as earlier mentioned, it also has assistance from the electric motor, it has a smaller engine and higher resistance values. So despite all what we have talked about the hybrid electric vehicles, it is true it might be good, but some problems might exist. That's what I'll be telling you about the problems. So some of the problems may include less power, it is expensive at first cost, it also has poor handling, battery replacement can be very costly. Let's take some examples of different types of hybrid electric vehicles that exist in the world today. The first type is the Renault Captur, the second, the Toyota Corolla, the Toyota Prius, the Skoda Octavia, the BMW X5 45e, the Mercedes E300, the Kia Niro. The next type of electric vehicle is the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. This electric vehicle has both an IC engine as well as a motor, so it is just like in case of the hybrid, but the difference, I'll tell you the difference by the end of this point. So the plug-in hybrid electric vehicle can make you reduce your gas usage to up to 60%. It can make you travel on all electric mode in up to 40 miles just on the electric mode. They are made up of certain components. First, you have the motor, the engine, the inverter, the fuel tank, as well as the charger. Now you may be asking, how does it work as compared to the hybrid electric motor? How does the plug-in hybrid electric cars differ from the hybrid electric cars? So they start up in all electric mode and use electricity until all the battery usage is depleted. So as compared to the hybrid electric vehicle, this plug-in electric vehicle actually starts first in all electric mode, which is not the case in the hybrid, because in the hybrid it is like a simultaneous use of both the battery as well as the engine. But in this case, it starts first of all with depleting all the battery before it now runs on the normal hybrid. So once it has finished using all the battery before it now transitions to work as a hybrid vehicle. That's the main difference. Now, what are the features? The features of this plug-in hybrid vehicle. The first is that it has zero emissions while driving on battery. It is fuel efficient in traffic. It is smooth and quiet and reduce fuel bills. But yes, there might be problems with this type of technology, with this plug-in hybrid, which I'm to tell you right now. The first problem, it is relatively expensive at first purchase. The battery life is very uncertain, and there are so many examples that exist. The first is the Porsche Cayenne, the BMW 330e, the Chery Volt, the Chrysler Pacifica, the Mercedes C350e, the Kia Optima, and the Volvo X90 T8. Let's move to the next type of electric vehicle.
This type of electric vehicle is the fuel cell electric vehicle, also known as the zero emission vehicle. They employed fuel cell technology to generate the electricity required to run the car. The chemical energy of the fuel is converted directly into electrical energy. It combines hydrogen plus oxygen to generate electricity and water. They produce electricity using a fuel cell powered by hydrogen rather than from the battery. They require compressed hydrogen, the most common element on the planet. The main parts of these fuel cell electric vehicles are the motor, the fuel cell stack, the hydrogen fuel tank, the battery pack, the power electronics, the controller. Some features include: it is renewable and available. Hydrogen supports zero carbon. There is zero emissions to the environment. It has fast charging times. But some problems too exist, which are hydrogen extraction, fuel cells need investment, overall cost, the storage and the transportation of hydrogen is more complex. Some examples of the fuel cell electric vehicles, also known as the zero emission vehicles, include the Toyota Mirai, the Reverse Simple Razor, the Hyundai Tucson fuel cell, the Honda Clarity fuel cell, and the Hyundai Nexo. If you love this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell not to miss any of our next videos. Click just above your screen to watch our next video. Thank you, and meet you on the next one.